Anna, you.
Okay, so first off, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Okay, so I want you guys to imagine that you are home with another friend, and you two are the only ones home. It's dark outside, you're watching a scary movie, but you have a light on in the house, so you can still see what's going on. You look over at your friend, and all of a sudden they look at you. Their eyes are like as big as golf balls, and they're like, get up very slowly, and don't talk. So, the first thing your mind would probably go to is that there's a murderer behind you and is about to kill you. Well, that's what I thought. But anyways, so you get up very slowly, and then you look behind you, and there's a bat in your house. Just sitting on a couch, right there, a live bat. So you don't know what to do. So you hurry up and go grab a broom, and then all of a sudden the bat starts flying, and you kind of freak out, and then you hit it, and it just falls to the ground very slowly and delayed, and just lays there. And you weren't sure, is it really dead? Or if you touch it, is it going to come back alive and bite you or something? Well, it happened to me and my mother when we were home alone. My father was not home, so we had to call my cousins and to come pick up the bat because it could have came back alive and killed you. So, yes, that's my first story. My name is Anna Kay, and this is my life. And these pictures kind of represent good memories that I've had from winning mock rock in 8th grade and doing Thriller to going and seeing the Berlin Wall in the Gerald R. Ford Museum. And then in the top left-hand corner, that's Marcus Sura. He's my boyfriend. We've been dating for 11 months. And there are many words to describe him. Smart, sophisticated, confident, and then there's the smartass. He definitely has probably got to be the biggest one I've ever met. Very intelligent. He just sometimes pushes that to the next level of intelligence. So, yes. Next is my family. I'm an only child, so pretty special. I have a mom and a dad. We're still together. We're a very close family. We spend a lot of time together, constant, a lot of time. We're Catholic, so we go to church every Sunday, and there are even points when I will go to church, or I'll be at a friend's house, and you know, when you're at a friend's house, you stay the night stay up at night until like 4 a.m. Well, the next morning, my parents will be in the driveway at 8 o'clock ready to pick me up to take me to church. So, we are very devout Catholics. Go team. And we just love each other a lot. My mom's my best friend. I tell her pretty much everything. My dad's is my sports best friend. My mom knows more, because some things dads just don't even know. So, yeah. Sports are very important to me. They keep me very busy and in decent shape. I just love playing softball and basketball. I'm pretty decently athletic, so I like excelling in those activities. Also, with being an only child, I don't have obviously any siblings, so with being on a basketball and softball team, it's kind of like my extra sisters. They share a lot with me. They teach me a lot, stuff I don't need to know, and they're just always there for me. I know that I can count on them during both my high points and my low points in my life. So, yeah, those trips. Trips. I've been on many trips. When I was a baby, I was 2 weeks old, and I went to Florida. My parents took me, and I went there every year since. So by the time I was 14, I had been there 15 times. Ooh, it was pretty fun. Stayed with my grandparents, and then eventually moved away. Well, didn't move away, but went to different areas because, you know, when you get older, you finally realize your grandparents start to lose it a little bit at times, and they ask you questions and repeated. But it's okay. And also, I've been to Chicago. I've been there 3 times. I love it there. I don't know why. The taxi drivers are great. If you guys ever ride with them, they're crazy and they could possibly kill you. But not literally, but more like car crash way. Very high advanced type situation. But I love Chicago, and on my 16th birthday, my mother and father allowed me to take 3 friends with me to Chicago. So I took Katie Detweiler, Kaylin Williams, and Allison Van Orden. And we went there for like a weekend, and we went and saw a musical on Broadway. and we ate a lot. We shopped a lot. It was a lot of fun. So I love my trips because also my family, we don't have cable or internet or a lot of things. You guys might have air conditioning. We used to spend our money on trips. So we go all out there instead of spending it at home with cable and basketball during March Madness and air conditioning. But it's okay. I'm obsessed with a lot of stuff. I love to read. If I get my nose in a book, I'm going to be in it most of the time during class. But I'll put it down in teacher talks because it's polite. And then I'm obsessed with The Phantom of the Opera and Wicked. Both of those are musicals. And once I start listening to the music, I'll listen to it all the time. I will sing it in class, sing it anywhere. It's pretty intense. I love them. I don't know why, but I'm also obsessed with singing. I sing everywhere. You know, in the weight room. Well, it's not a place to sing, but I sing at a lot of places and talent shows and everything. So I'm pretty confident with myself there. Okay, everything in my life has been a high point. I haven't had to deal with any major deaths in my family or anything along those lines, but I've only had one major low point, which was last year on March 17th, I guess you could say, because that's when my mother first went in for her surgery. It was supposed to be a simple procedure, nothing major. She came home the next day and then went back that night, and this part baffles me, but she and my father stayed in the emergency room for 4 hours until they got seen by a doctor. So that was a little bit frustrating. But they weren't sure what was wrong with her for like a week, and it was very hard because you see they put her with a lot of medications, so she was very mentally disabled. It was really bad, and it was really hard to watch her look like that through those times. Kate, can you go to the YouTube site, please? I don't think that will work.
You can try.
Just kidding.
I love you. What's wrong? Do you love me? I love you a whole bunch, Mama. Love you a whole bunch.
How'd she feel about you videotaping her?
We didn't show her till she was out of the hospital.
How did that go over?
She started crying a lot.
Wow.
But I don't know. I guess it's kind of good because then you can look back at it and be like, well, this is what you were and look where
how
you're
far you
kind of
came.
motivational.
You betcha. Good call.
Ready? We're gonna sing, okay?
Okay.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the.
So yeah, that was
Wow.
very hard to see my mother go through that. After a week, Dr. Bennett came in, he was the main doctor, and said that we had to go in for surgery where she had her original surgery. And what had happened was her intestine got punctured, so it got infected, and that was sitting in her for a week, which wasn't good. And I didn't realize how serious it was. I asked him, I was like, okay, how serious is it? And my father and I got told straight to our face that she could die in 4 hours. So that was not the greatest. After that, she had surgery, and they thought to fix it, but her kidneys weren't working very well, and they were failing on her and everything. So then she got shipped to Grand Rapids because of kidney dialysis. It was a lot better there, better care. So she stayed in Grand Rapids, and she was put into a medical-induced coma. So she didn't really, so I couldn't really see her or anything, or like I did, but didn't talk or anything like that. Easter Sunday, I can only visit my mom every Sunday because I was still in school, and so every Sunday my grandparents would take me up there because my dad was with her all the time. And on Easter Sundays when she turned around, she she kind of began to talk. She couldn't talk and had a trach put in her throat because for not talking for like 2 months, your vocal cords won't work well and you could seriously damage them. So she had a trach put in her, and I would like to think that I was a good daughter when she was had this all going on, but whenever I'd go see her, like when she was in a coma and everything, I didn't like to see her like that. So like I'd go in and like look at her, but then I'd just end up leaving the room and going to the other room and just sitting by myself. So I feel like I wasn't very supportive. Even when she started to talk again, I just didn't like to go up and see it. So I feel like I was a really crappy daughter during this time because I didn't feel like I was very supportive at all. But she's a lot better now. She's went back to work for full time for almost like 5 months now. She came out of the hospital on June 15th on the last day of school, so that was kind of a plus to everything. So. And then my future. In the future, I would definitely like to still have my friends involved. I would like to see them or at least keep up communications. I would like to go to Central Michigan University, I feel, because they have a very strong music, English, and history program. And my biggest dream would be to perform on Broadway, because I love singing. I'd love to perform at either the Phantom of the Opera or Wicked. I would love that opportunity. But so hopefully it happens. But either way, I want to keep singing in my life somehow. And I'm not quite sure. I have an idea about what my future is going to be like, but that could change at any point. So I guess right now, all I can do is just try to best prepare for it if anyone wants to. Thank you.
And we wish you the best of luck.